Hi, Saskia, devotional goddess here. I'm going to share with you a little personal story because it's an important observation for this time, now more than ever. My daughter wanted to go outside and play, and I was like, no, I've got to complete this one task, and then we need to go. And she had a nice little tantrum about it, and I thought she walked out the door to the backyard. I finished my task, and I went outside to look for her, and I couldn't find her. Calling, I come inside, I'm calling, I can't find her. It triggers me, and I got fearful. I called to my other daughter and said, we've got to go now. I can't find your sister. Get your shoes on. We've got to look for her. And then I hear this little voice. She's in the apartment somewhere. So I look around again, and there I find her sitting in the hammock chair. And my elder was like, you were afraid, Mom. You were scared. And I was like, yeah, I was. I was unsettled. I was afraid. And the younger just looks at me and says, Mom, you told me I can't go outside on my own at the front. You told me that last time, and I heard you. You were really angry at me. And I was like, yes, I was. Good, I'm glad you know that. And I left it and gathered us together, and we left and we did what we had to do. I shut that down because I felt ashamed. And it wasn't until that next morning, I have a practice that in the morning when I wake, I take a few moments just to be still, that I stay in that pre-wake, pre-sleep state so that I can drop into whatever messages my higher self, my dream state, my spirits, guides have to share with me. And that memory came back. I'd forgotten about it because I just squished it away because I was like, that was embarrassing. I don't want to remember that. So I shoved it away. And that morning I sat with it and I'm like, all right, sit down and journal. 10-minute journal. And in my 10-minute journaling, the rest came out. And this is what's important of cultivating stillness, of beginning to take time for yourself to reflect, be it at bedtime, be it in the morning. The morning is a wonderful time. If you can get up a few minutes before everybody else, or just be in a space where you are on your own, to have some quiet time. It may be a meditation. It may just be lying awake in bed, keeping your eyes closed so your partner or if any other family members are around, they still think you're asleep, and just allow the subconscious mind to present what it needs to present. Because it was in that I got that nugget that I remembered. And it was in that I was like, I need to sit down and journal now because there's more and it will unfold as I write. And I did. I started writing. And this is the gem that came to me, was that my daughter heard me. But I didn't believe in the validity or the power of my voice that she would take heed and do as I asked. Now they're young, 6 and 8. They do listen. And they do hear my voice. And that conversation showed me that both of them hear me. But I didn't trust in me. So now my work is to have greater faith and trust in myself. And this is what my children showed me. Now this is important because right now at this age, they still do trust me and they still do listen to me. As they get into their teens and their higher teens, If I've done my work well in the formative years, they will still hear my voice and they will still listen because they know that there's wisdom and knowledge and grounding in what I have to share. But if I continue behavior of what I did the other day, which I may well do, I'm still refining that trigger, but I need to remember that they trust me. And I need to reinforce to them that I trust in me too, and that I am worthy to be trusted. Do you hear that difference? If I continue this pattern of being impulsive on my fears, on my triggers, they won't trust me because I don't trust me. So allowing myself to sit with the stillness and the acknowledgement of, I buried that. I didn't like seeing myself respond in my trigger, and I didn't like seeing that I didn't trust myself. So I ask you to give yourself the gift of those moments where you give yourself stillness, because out of the stillness, the muck arises. And yes, it is not comfortable, but you are strong enough to hold it. And if you don't feel you can, seek someone out who can hold that space with you. I know I needed that in the beginning too. And now I have the grounding, the strength within to hold the space for myself. And sometimes I do reach out for help. But I know that I can hold 90% of it. And every now and then a doozy comes along and I'm like, hey, team, one person, book a private, I need support in this area. I see my patterns, but I don't quite have the tool set yet. We need people who are slightly further ahead or a lot further ahead than us on the path to give us the tools with which to become more masterful in our lives, because only we can do that. I hope this is helpful, and I hope this sparks enlightenment in your consciousness too, because we want to have continual waves of enlightenment in our lives so that we can grow and evolve into the magnificent being, human being we have come here to be. Many blessings. Thank you for your time, and I wish you a wonderful day.